Okay, great. Thanks very much, everyone, for joining us for this post-match press conference following England versus Australia. We're joined by Australia captain Aaron Finch. As you will know by now, we take questions from the press conference room here in Dubai before we'll shift over to Zoom. If you have a question, please can you put your hand up? And if you are selected, you'll need to unmute yourself, ask your question, and then mute yourself immediately following. So I will start by taking questions in the room, please. Can I just see a show of hands?
Yeah, hi Aaron, Dean Wilson here. What was your take on that game in the end? Was it just complete dominance by England, or did you have a bad day?
Oh, they completely dominated us from the start. I think any time that you go a handful down in the power play, any time we felt like we started to get a partnership, we just kept losing a wicket, and just meant we had to try and sit in longer to hopefully get to a total of around 150 and see if that would be competitive. But as it was, we probably needed a few more.
You've obviously played a lot of cricket against England down the years. Have you come up against a team as strong as this one?
Yeah, they're very good. They're very well rounded. They've got a lot of bases covered in terms of their quicks, spin, death bowling, and their batting's as powerful as anything. I mean, when Rash is batting at number 10, you've got a pretty good lineup. So yeah, they're a dominant side, no doubt. We've seen that for the last couple of years, but. We had a bad day as well.
And just finally from me, Joss Buttler's performance, where would you put that one? It looked pretty special. Yeah,
it was an outstanding knock. He struck the ball cleanly. We knew that they were going to come hard as well. So, yeah, it was just one of those things that you have to keep pressing when you got the ball in your hand, and it didn't quite go away.
I guess Mitch Starc hasn't been hit onto the top deck too often and back-to-back deliveries.
I'm not sure. No, I don't think so, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. And Steve Smith, is he okay? Is he holding his groin? Is he?
No, he'll be fine.
Bit of a twinge or something?
No, he didn't mention anything, so I'm sure that he'll be fine. We're all getting a bit old, aren't we?
Okay. Are there any more questions in the room here? No? Okay, I think we'll now switch over to Zoom, so over to you, Cole.
Yeah, we'll start with Salman Khan.
Thank you, Aaron. Today was not your day, and England completely dominated England in all departments. What do you think what was the turning point? Where did you guys made wrong?
Oh, I think obviously the power play was that they bowled very well, put us on the back foot, and then we're under pressure to try and get to a competitive total. So all credit to England in that power play, the way that they squeezed us, kept taking wickets, which obviously when you go in with six specialist batters, that probably is going to leave you a little bit short at times.
We'll go to Arkoom.
Hard luck, man. Shane Warne earlier said that he was disappointed about your selection of playing Steve Smith and not playing Marsh, and also sending Maxwell in the power play. Do you agree on his views, and also guide me through the due factor, because Mohammad Nabi last night, he also said that the due factor was not into play. So how did the due factor play today?
Yeah, the dew come in a little bit towards the end there, but I don't think it would have made a huge amount of difference. What was the other one? Maxwell going in the power play. When you've only got 6 specialist batters, you're backing your top 6 to get the job done. So there's no issues there. Maxi's done it extremely well in the past. He's as destructive as anyone if he gets through the power play. So that's okay. And what was the other one? Smith instead of?
Smith instead of Marsh.
Oh, that's just subjective, isn't it? You've got everyone's got a different opinion on it, and no, that's okay. But we thought we picked a team to win the game tonight.
Sorry.
Hello. Well, there we go. Louis Cameron.
Hey, Finchy. Just kind of picking up a little bit on that. Can you just kind of explain what was the rationale behind leaving Mitch Marsh out, and how did you kind of feel like that balance worked out, mate?
Oh, clearly when you go 3 down in the power play, it's not an ideal scenario when you go in with that structured team. The reason Agar was in there was we felt it was a really good matchup for England. His ability to bowl in the power play and through the middle overs in the past against England has been really good. So we just felt that was the way to go tonight, and it was not a reflection on how Mitch has been going at all. It was purely just a match-up thing for this game, and it was unfortunate we didn't get the job done.
Just more generally with this team, Aaron, is there a sense of it still kind of gelling? Obviously, it's a very different team to the one that you took to the West Indies and then that obviously played in Bangladesh as well. Is there still you're figuring out how you work together?
Oh, I don't think so. I think majority of us have played a lot of cricket together over the years, whether it's over different formats. So I think that can naturally that happens anyway. So no is the simple answer to that.
Scott Bailey.
Yeah, Aaron, I know it's a very simple question, but how do you turn things around, mate, when it's a thumping like that? Like, how do you make sure that doesn't become a psychological thing going into a game in, 4 days' time? Oh,
I think we've got a couple of days off to refresh and recharge. The boys have been training really well and deserve a couple of days off. So it was a quick turnaround from the Sri Lankan game to today. So recharge the batteries and then a couple of really strong days of training and then we'll be back into it. So yeah, there's a lot of experience in the group. I'm not concerned about carrying baggage into a different game against a totally different opposition.
Dan Brady.
G'day, Aaron. Did that result cast your mind back at all to that 2019 World Cup semi-final where England and Chris Woakes specifically sort of got on top of you right from the off?
It hadn't until right now, so thanks for that, mate. Yeah, he's a fantastic bowler. When there's anything in the wicket in particular, he's a beautiful bowler, presents the seam and can seam it both ways. So he challenged both sides of the bat tonight and like he did in that game at Birmingham. So yeah, if we come up against him again, we're going to need a bit better plan.
You mentioned the plan there. Is there anything specifically you can do differently in that situation, or is it a case of just saying too good?
Oh, I think if each individual player will have their own plan, and that's probably not going to change a huge amount. For me personally, I tried to bat out of my crease to try and take that LBW out of play, and it was just one of those nights where Davey got a decent one early, Smithy toe-ended one, and Maxi missed a pick up off his pads, which you're generally expecting to hit. So that can happen in the power play when you're looking to be aggressive. So just blown away though.
Thank you.
Rohit Juglin.
Tough luck, Aaron. Just want to ask that, can you tell us about what's happening with batting first in more than 10 games, not seen teams scoring runs? Are you picking up something, why it's happening? Asking about all the teams, not specifically about Australia, but are you picking up something?
I think with the wicket, they've been reasonably dry, and then once the lights take effect, even when there hasn't been dew, it feels like the wicket is skidding on a little bit more. So that's all it is. So I think teams have probably been a little bit more cautionary in the first 6 overs when they bat first to try and get through to them back end of the innings. But batting second seems to have been the way to go. So the toss has been really important in this tournament so far.
Usama Zafar.
Hi, Aaron. Hard luck today. I just wanted to ask you, what do you think went wrong today in today's game? As Australia started pretty well in the tournament, but right now you guys didn't play well in this game. And also, there is one thought that Australia are not that good team in T20 eyes as compared to the ODIs. So, what do you think about that? Thank you.
Well, it wasn't too long ago that we were number 1 in the world, so I still think that we're a very good team in T20 international cricket. Everyone's got their own opinion, so that doesn't really matter. What matters is results. So that's fine if you think that we're a really ordinary side. That's okay. And what was the first part of the question? Where did we got 125 on a wicket that after probably after the first 5 overs, the wicket seemed to die down and play a little bit better. So the fact that we were 3 down in them 5 overs probably just we just had to hang in the game a little bit longer than we would have liked. We couldn't have been, we weren't able to be as proactive. So yeah, that's whenever you get blown away in the power play, it tends to happen a little bit like that.
Last one here, folks. Louis Cameron.
Aaron, I just thought I'd ask about your next 2 games against Bangladesh and the West Indies. Obviously, the results didn't really go your way earlier this season. Earlier this year. Does that count for anything? And do you kind of look at these 2 games as basically must win?
Oh, they're definitely must wins. Yeah, I think our net run rate took a hammering tonight. Yeah, so we're going to have to beat our best again. Bangladesh are a very, very good side, and so are the West Indies. A lot of firepower in their team, a lot of experience. So yeah, absolutely, it's must win from now on. But we're looking forward to it.
Thanks, Louis. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for your time, Aaron.
Thanks, Carl. Thanks, Mitchie.